All right, what's up, everybody? Let's jump right into this. I don't want to talk too much. I've got a chart pulled up, 5-minute chart here. Why? Because the news moves the chart all the time, everybody. Don't you know that? Wait a minute. That green line was 3 hours ago. You mean this chart started moving up 3 hours ago before this FOMC meeting minutes was posted? Well, that's weird. It's almost as if this is going to happen beforehand. Man, that's crazy. There's no way. There's no way that could be the case. Or you could be chasing a ball that never hits the ground. Welcome back to Crypto After Dark, everyone. This is our Wednesday live stream. This is Crypto Before Dark. We do this once a week on Wednesdays, 2 p.m. Eastern Time here. A lot of our friends over in Europe, not over here in the U.S., so they don't get to see these live streams on the normal times because it's way whack hours. I fully get it, okay? If you haven't done so, please go hit like, hit the comment bell. Hit the comment bell. Make a comment, please. Hit the notification bell and subscribe, please. The more likes, comments, and subscribes we get, the better. We're watching the chart here live. I wanted everyone to be able to see this. Not so often do we get on here when important news events come out. If you don't know where you get this kind of news, you can go over to forexfactory.com. A lot of you guys may or may not know it, but I used to do Forex back in the day before I started doing what I do now, which is mostly crypto. But I started with crypto, and one of the first things I was told was to get on this website and find the most important news of the day and trade it. You got to do it, Keith. This is how it works. And then this kind of stuff would happen. Constantly, this kind of stuff would happen all the time. I would think I had a beat on something. All right. Oh man, look, 3 hours. This thing's been going up for 3 hours. Momentum. I got a trend up here. Got everything I want. This is cash money. I'm going to kill it. FOMC news comes out. The last two 5-minute candles, bearish. In fact, extremely bearish 5-minute candles. Trying to break trend 5-minute candles. I thought we were going to go up. I thought the news moved this chart up. I thought this was all going to go up and away. And I do this for a living without watching the news. How is that possible? How is it possible? Well, it's very simple. There's no reason to come in here and chase things that you can't catch. You're so far behind in the line that you'll never be near enough the front of the line to make a difference. You have to guess beforehand, right? 3 hours, you had upward movement here before this ever happened. Yet, here we are watching this, thinking that magically you're going to be able to trade this. So many mistakes happen so often. I was just talking to some people. Sometimes it feels like I'm talking to brick walls. I was just talking to some people, and the way I said it was this: I can talk to 1,000 people. 3 to 10 of them will listen. The other 990 won't listen. Then 100 of those 990 will come back later and say they wish they listened. The other 900, they hold XRP, the Kardashian token. They hold the Kardashian token and won't let go of it. That's what we're working with. This is why the traditional markets make fun of us. Because we look like amateurs when we go do things that they know good and well doesn't work. You can do the same thing that I do with crypto, with stocks, bonds, equities, with indexes, with regular old T-bills, with consumer price indexes, with used car sales, with home sales, home values. Everything is able to chart. Why aren't we charting it? Why are we wasting time doing doing things that aren't going to make you money? Doing things that are unnecessary. What's the point? What's it going to get you? What do you think you're really going to have some kind of special edge? And you're not. Now, I didn't want to start this by being that way, but I thought it was important to do this. So, welcome everybody. Let's go say hi to people that are on here real quick, and then we'll get into some shit. How about that? Ron Poteet, what's up? What's up, Jeremy? Andrew Ionescu, Adamman, Don, Knox. What's up, Knox? Good to see you. Manolo, Rug. What's up, Rug? We love our hockey gear salesman on here. A. Phillips, what's up, brother? Anon, Boss Nova, Sun Heights, what's up, son? Good to see you, brother. Miss Kelly Slade, how you doing? Signor, Thomas Guy, you Irish mindful guy. Ray T.A., what's up, brother? He said, I feel seen. You are seen, brother. So anyway, don't really want to harp on this too much longer. I think it's unnecessary. Let's go look at some short-term trends that are happening. Everyone's getting the old gung-ho, it's time now, let's rock and roll move. And I think everyone needs to hang on and pump the brakes and realize you may be jumping the gun. All right, let's have a gander. I'm going to go to the 2023 coin list that I've made in the recent videos, right? Let's just go down this list real fast and just kind of work through assets. Bitcoin, you're breaking short-term trend. We talked about this heavily last live stream. Until this breaks 18,000, it's really not worth batting an eyelash at. Not much ado about nothing. Yes, I know it feels good that it made this candle, and it may continue to make some more of these candles, okay? But you're likely to get plugged up in here somewhere around 17,000. You need to break this very, very ugly high. That's a lower high, by the way. Up here's the other high. Here's the lower high. You're likely to make another lower high, which just sets up more down. I can't describe that enough to you. Let's move on to something we didn't talk about last live stream. How about Binance coin? Well, this feels good, doesn't it? Look at this big moon soon candle right here, right? Oh, man, we're killing it. Problem is we're running dead ass smack into resistance. This goes much more. That's fine. It can't go too far past this because we're simply running into resistance right here. All of this chop is going to hold this price up. The movements that you get can make some money, but is it worth the risk? You have to start asking yourself these questions before you buy. Have a plan before you buy. Rule number 2, all right? Rule number 1, no emotions. Okay? This feels good right now, and I'm cool with it. 5% in a day is awesome. Just be aware that most people didn't catch that first. Secondly, you're going to be chasing now, trying to continue catching gains after something is running into resistance. I don't like to buy resistance. I like to try to buy support, and I like to try to buy the trend. Yes, this thing back tested the trend back here. This was your shot to try to buy and catch it and ride. Didn't get it? That's fine. Move on. You'll probably get another chance. AVAX moved off of $10. Feels good, right? Problem, this thing's still dead ass stuck under resistance, just like Binance coin. Likely to get a plunge down again when the uppers move. When I say uppers, what do I mean? I mean Bitcoin, Ethereum, Binance coin, and all the other top 5 coins that are important and big money are in those. When those start moving down, you're going to see everything else follow it down. Now, the interesting thing is here, are we going to see double bottoms form where we don't go as far and we just kind of hold up here? Or are we going to see much larger grand capitulations that force us lower past this previous low, okay, on down into a capitulatory area down here somewhere? I'm inclined to believe the latter, not the former. Why? Well, it's quite simple. The longer we're in this downtrend, the longer I expect this downtrend to last, and it has not broken yet. Best case scenario here is we get a test of the trend line, rolls over and fails and plays dead some more. AVAX at $10 was nice. Wait till it's below $10. Man, do you realize how many people are going to be pissed that I was right about that? Not that I was right. Let me recant that. That we were right about that. We have 15 likes. If you guys would, go hit the like button. They're free here. Okay, they cost nothing. 37 people long, 16 likes. Let's see if we can get the likes up. All right, so let's move on to Matic. Matic looks similar to Binance coin. Hasn't moved off of its little base there as fast, getting hammered by sell pressure. It did feel good when it moved over sideways like this and made this run up. Again, driving sideways like this and not doing much in a bear market is a layup for failure. Be careful. It kind of looks like there's another move down here to be had. You have a lot of fair value gaps down here lower. And by fair value gaps, I mean naked candles that have not had a retracement back to them yet. That's the reason for the shaded areas here. Those are areas that are likely to have confluence and likely to have price action move back towards them. Algorand. made a lot of money on algorand back in the day. It's in my box of interest right here. It hasn't broken out of it yet, okay? So I'm going to hold off on this until the big boys finish because I believe there may be another move down that may push this thing to the bottom or below the box here. And I want to try to catch this as good as I can. What little upward momentum we have right here is nothing compared to the vast downward momentum that we've created. All right? A lot of downward momentum and just a little bit of up. That's not enough to move the needle for me. It's like watching a dude get knocked out and then stand up, but he can barely stand up. You're not going, yeah, he's definitely going to come back and win this fight. No. Particularly, you're expecting him to get knocked down again and again and again. You can find these metaphors everywhere and use the metaphor that best works for you. But I see a lot of downward momentum and not very much upward momentum. And what little upward momentum is likely to get dwarfed if the big boys move down. ADA here, similar situation. It's a top coin, very high market cap, one of the top 15. I believe it's top 10, maybe even top 7. But either way, getting smashed with downward sell pressure. Nothing here to write home about. Until this stops, no thank you. Yes, it could run back to high time frame support, which is right around here somewhere around 20 cents or lower. That down there is a level where I'll look at and go, yeah, okay, here we go, rock and roll. It's finally time to try to get a really good price here, find our floor, and work our way back up. We're just floating right here in between support and resistance. That is not good enough for me, folks. That gives me failure vibes. That does not give me, oh yeah, we're definitely going up vibes. This looks like more downward after failing resistance and rolling over. Best case scenario, fail resistance, roll over again. Same story, same song and dance. Jay-Z has a great song about this called The Story of OJ. You can go watch it and you'll see what I'm saying. XLM had a couple little good green candles here at the bottom. Similar situation, rolling over, failing. It's in my red box of contention here. Break, fail, move. We got to see it happen first. No reason to panic about anything here on XLM. Ripple coin, the Kardashian coin. Getting smacked, head and shoulders, nothing to write home about. Best case scenario, this thing drives sideways and then maybe breaks trend over here, works its way back up to these 3 key areas, and then sails off from one of them. All right, that's the 2023 move. That ain't there yet. Okay, everything's likely going to move together. And honestly, this is one that typically has a bad back end before halving. It's done this a couple times before. It had a really bad back end before halving, and here's what I'm talking about. 2020 is when we had our last halving, okay? Right about here is when we had that, okay? Here's the pre-halving move that XRP did right here in 2019. 2019 starts about, let's see, the summer ends here. Oh no, that's the summer of 20 right there. Let's go back a bit. 2019 right here is the summer of 2019. This is the pre-summer of 2019. As you see, it drove down, then it pushed up, and then the backside of 2019 was awful. All the way through 2019 was awful. This is likely to continue happening. You had a small move up before halving, before it finished itself off by doing a really, really hard downward move. And before you say, oh, that's the COVID crash, pull a fib on it, realize that apparently, this is going to hurt everybody's feelings, apparently COVID could do math, because look where it stopped. Right on our take profit levels at the bottom. Apparently COVID can do math and knows Fibonacci sequence because it stopped right there. Or we could just realize this is part of the grander move. It's going to happen no matter what. You can try to pair whatever catalyst that you want with it. Doesn't matter to me. I don't care. Same things continue to happen over and over again. I'm going to continue to do it this way because this way works. There's no guessing needed. You just simply follow the data. All right. So again, kind of expect the same thing to play out here again. Kardashian coin sideways or down to this lower 28 cent level. for now, right? Something like this, or just something where it goes dead sideways. Then we break, we ride up through the summer, we form a double or a triple top up here somewhere. That's not necessarily to scale, just saying that's kind of how it'll play out. It will roll over and play dead for the rest of the year after that. CROV feels good right now that it's done its little move. It's still stuck under its trend. I fully expect 46 cent or lower here still. Falling wedge. Again, got a lot of shit in the way of progress here. Manipulated, but still going nowhere fast. We talk about this all the time. FTM crushed, but recently broke through this little trend line right here. Okay, I cannot deny this. Won't deny this. Did break through this little trend line right here. You could argue that it kind of needs to come out more. Okay, I understand the argument. I won't fight you on it. I'm wondering how much longer it can take it like this, if it's going to continue to stay under this trend, or is this actually breaking loose and can it move farther? If it can, potentially, we found the bottom here for FTM. All these look a little different. This is what I'm talking about. None of them are exactly the same. And for that reason, you need to chart them independently. Yes, the big boys tend to move everything, but there's independent moves all over the place with money to be made. I'm watching FTM closely, and I have been for a couple days now. Comp, similar situation, stuck. Mana, similar situation, stuck. Sand, trying to come off the bottom. Ton of room to go back to resistance, so maybe there's a scalp in there. Still stuck under the trend, no thanks. Atom, man, maybe a chance to run back to the trend line here and fail more. We'll see. If not, could get gnarly and roll over and play dead pretty hard here. If it breaks $9, it could go way farther down. ICP, similar situation, getting pressed really hard. Depending on how you want to draw the trend line. Did I draw it perfect? Did I not draw it perfect? Whatever. Margin of error, still not there. Close, but still not there. Theta, similar situation. Ave, Lind, similar situation, stuck under resistance. Near, down 90+%, even after coming up some. It threw a 20% candle today, still down 90-something%. So it's kind of running into resistance now. Good little momentum swing here. We'll see if the RSI tops itself out. If it does, I expect it to fail that trend line and then give you your actual bottom, all while maintaining your liquidity. H bar, similar situation. It has hit one of my boxes. I really like the gray box, though. I really like the gray box. I think with the way the downward pressure continues to push this, we may get one more move down with the big boys here, and that'll be the move that propels us up once we finally get our last capitulation. However it plays out, whatever timeline you want to give it. Perhaps it moves faster than that. Okay, maybe it's even quicker than that. Maybe it's just sharp moves like this and then done. All right, and then from there we start to repeat the process back up. All right, we'll see. That's not the scale. I'm just drawing to give you an example of potential 2023 spring summer price action. Let me go answer some questions real quick. Trevor Harris, first live stream. Good to see you, Trevor. Cowabunga, what's up, brother? Neil Ovison, good to see you. Justin Gabriel. Angel Ponce, what's up, brother? I'm not badass. You're the badass. SP500, please. Thank you. Yes, we go look at the SPY. Oh, click the wrong button. There we go. Got 1% in today. Tesla's up 4%. Everything's still hanging out under trend here. The longer stuff just sit here and hangs out, the bigger of a bear flag it makes. All right. It comes down. The title of the thumbnail, was this a bear trap? For the next couple of days into a week, yeah, it's a bit of a bear trap, right? You think everything's short, you get a little bit of up, and then the bull trap comes, where they slam the door on you and you get that downward pressure. As long as this stays under trend here, nothing to write home about. I do like the fact that it's up, but it needs to break some key levels. It needs to regain 390 and then break trend up here. Breaking trend up here is a big deal. That's something it hasn't done. since the beginning of 2022. All year long, it's been in this downtrend. So it really, really needs to prove it to me. Once that happens, we can talk turkey. Till then, shorts. Tub thumping. That's pretty good. Matic and Quant both right under the 200 on the daily. Tough to break. Absolutely. Those look damn near identical. Those charts, along with BNB, all kind of look similar. Are those target support zones or fibs or both? A little bit of both, Don. So this red box is a short-term fib on the SPY, and the lower box here is a high time frame support that I drew with another likely target that would come at around 1272 in linear mode, not log mode. So I'm trying to be as open-minded as I can here. Lunatic Prophet, what's up, brother? How much credence do you give those divergences, Keith? It's important, but at the moment, I don't see a lot of divergence. I see downward pressure, and I think overlooking the fair, easy-to-see downtrend here and hoping for up is tough. You know, divergences have a lot of credence, especially when you're trying to scalp intraday. That stuff works, and I can't deny it. But for these high time frame moves with a very large outlook like this, you're not going to get a ton of yes every time you see a bit of divergence. It takes a while to play out. And I don't really see divergence here on the SPY. I see a lot of downward pressure. I see convergence, bearish convergence. I don't know why that happened. There we go. I got a RSI pointing down. I got price action down. I've got a MACD pointing down. I've got all my moving averages pointing down. Everything's pointing down here. I don't have any upward divergence at all to write home about. It's all messy looking. Until that improves, not much in the way of yes please for me. More of the same. In fact, Tesla did make some really ugly moves and got right near my green box. Didn't quite hit it. I have a box drawn from 105 down to about 95. This is the first support zone here. It blew right through this support zone. I kind of expected it to blow through this one. Kind of held up though. Daily super oversold. And I believe we're getting a little bit of retribution from that. Problem is, if you step out to the higher time frames, the weekly is just now oversold. If it can't hold this level, then we have a definite move down here from 80 to 60. That's fully open for a potential move. You also have a CME gap down there to about $80, where the next CME gap is. And there's plenty of gaps all in this chart. It's riddled with them. So one step at a time on Tesla. You know, I don't expect this thing to go down forever. They're the #1 electric car company in the world. They're constantly innovating, which is something that most companies don't do. They ride that cash cow as long as they can. They got some new stuff coming out. Yes, Elon's a bit scatterbrained. Man's autistic. What do you expect? That's just part of the game. I've dealt with that in my family too. That's just the way it works. You're a little bit scatterbrained about things, and that's okay. Facebook trying to make a comeback. That's Meta. It's trying its best. It has broken trend, but I really need to see a prove it move here. Coming off this trend and bouncing up. Breaking this purple line at 145 is crucial. That's where resistance really starts to push. Can we crack that or not? We did come off of our green boxes very well, and I'm excited about that. The next day or two will be important on Facebook here, whether we get a retest or not. A retest down in this area of about 118 to 115 would be money, because that would be a good entry for a potential call, in my opinion, not financial advice, just the chart reading that I'm looking at for myself. Oh, sexfind.info. Bro, Nick deleted the bots, the sex bots. Why would you do that, dude? These guys come in trying hard to push their porn bots on us so that we can watch the most high quality porn that the bots have to offer. And then Nick goes and deletes them. Jesus, Nick. Thank you, Nick. So what are you looking at? So what are you looking for if, when it reaches either targets for a potential setup? On which asset are you discussing, Don? Would I consider using bots closer to bull run? Yes, Trevor, I have a bot video that kind of explains my plan for that as well. It kind of explains that I'll likely once the actual bull run starts, potentially some of my profits from 2023 are move into a bot, and I'm not going to touch it. I'm going to click go, and I'm going to let it do its thing, and we'll see how much money it makes as a simple, experiment to see how well we do versus what I would have done myself. Say the current. All right, so yeah. Granted that we've actually hit our bottom and broke trend, which I'm not convinced on, we can start to pull a new fib, seeing as how we've jumped over into a new zone here. Again, I'm not convinced. I really need to see resistance break and flip it into support. That hasn't happened. If it does, I'll reconsider. Let's grab this point and pull down. Same fib setup for that 122 level. A back test to 120 to 115 would be, again, cash money. You're bouncing back to support for potential re-entry. You're seeing some daily indicators roll back up and try to improve here. Weekly coming off the floor a bit. That's good. You may have some potential juice back up to that purple line right there, bouncing off of support, moving toward resistance. Give me that, and let's see if it can actually break and hold. I do believe that broke trend. All right, so yeah, give me 145, 143. Give me 143 on Facebook, and using up the juice and stopping. Then we'll see how the rest of the indexes look and how the big hitters play out, and we'll see what kind of money influx we have. Whether that money all moves into traditional equities out of bonds, or if it moves into multiple different assets, speculative assets like crypto, precious metals, etc. And I do believe we're going to see moves up on precious metals as well as we've been saying. I've got a real question for you. I've been trying to get recently. Is it worth it to leverage the bottom instead of buying the assets itself? No, I don't want to leverage the bottom because I get tied up in fees. All right. You got to pay fees all day, every day, 3 times a day for being in a leverage trade. While it's nice to be in a leverage trade, please understand that liquidity is inbound and outbound. The exchanges will stop and start at their own behest. You're actually buying a contract. You're not actually buying keys for anything. They can cancel that contract on you whenever they would like. You're at their behest, and I don't like that. I don't like being stuck in leverage trades for long periods of time. That's just me, though. Okay, so you're waiting for a retrace back to that support resistance. Yeah, I'll always wait for that, Don. I always want to wait for a retest because retests happen about 80% of the time. And if you miss it, you miss it. That's fine. You move on and find another. But don't get caught in, I bought the trend break and I'm going to ride it up forever. Typically, we have retraces back. Typically, we have little retraces back. And that gives you a chance to reload and find a better spot. Then you can set your stop loss for if it drops back under there. If it drops back under, you can get out and walk away and not lose too much. A small loss is better than a big loss every single day and twice on Sundays. So that has been our Wednesday stream. 30 minutes. Thank you all for coming. We got a question and answer happening over in the Discord after this. 786unlimited.com to get access to our full Discord. It's for subscribers only. You can come in and ask questions, chop it up with me. We do at least 30 minutes, sometimes longer than that. I'll be over there then. We'll be back tomorrow for our full hour that we do on Thursdays. Please tell everyone, tell all your friends, tell all your crypto buddies, spread the good word about what we do here. We try to keep it as real as possible and cut through the bullshit. I try my best to. I'm not perfect. Nobody is. Thank you all for being here. In the words of the late, great, notorious B.I.G., you guys could have been anywhere in the world. You chose to come here and hang out with me. I appreciate it more than you'll realize. Thank you all. See y'all on the next stream. Sky's the limit. Peace.